Recently, in an effort to clean up our digital files for this one film project that the team and I are working on, I went through and streamlined our Google Drive folder. Now, this was a big effort because we've been working on this project for a year and a half, and through no one's fault, things just kind of got straggly and stuff like that. And more importantly, as we gained experience, we figured out how to keep track of things better and so forth. So it was time to just do an update on everything we'd worked on to that point, right? Well, when it comes to digital files, for me, it's much easier to organize them on as if they're like part of my hard drive rather than through the GDrive itself, right? So the way I went about doing that was I downloaded the Google Drive app, and you can do this for your computer. And then I went ahead and I opened, the Google Drive folders and saw everything that was there. And then you could particularly download what you need, and it'll still obviously remain on Google Drive, but it'll download those files onto your hard drive. Now, there's other ways to do this where you can actually sync up and have the files be locally mirrored or synced and stuff like that. There's all kinds of things, but I just wanted to, for me, just keep it relatively simple because I knew it was a short-term project. So what I went and did was just download them, right? And you can literally, if you right-click on any folder that you want, you can just click download now. And obviously, based on the size of the files in the folder itself, it'll either take a short amount of time or a longer amount of time. Now, when that part of it was done, what I did was I copied all those files onto a local folder on my external hard drive, right? So that way I wasn't messing with Google Drive. I could essentially make all the mistakes that I wanted, and I could just kind of go through it. And for me, the easiest way is to have a two-window point of comparison, meaning, I'm taking things from one folder and putting them into another, right? So taking them from where they once lived now into the folder they will live forever. And as I'm going through this, I might be renaming certain files to better fit the organization structure and so forth. But this is essentially what I'm doing throughout the process. And it's very laborious and very tedious, but for me, you just put on some music in the background or a TV show and stuff like that, and this kind of stuff becomes relatively easier. Now, it takes some time and stuff like that, but you can get through it, right? For me, it was a bigger effort because, again, as I said, there's just so many files that we had, but I was able to get it done in a few hours. Now, once that side of the process was done, now I cleaned up everything. What I chose to do was to make a folder on my Google Drive where I took all the pre-existing files and put it into one master folder called archived. That way, just for the time being at the very least, nothing is messed up, right? Whatever I may have needed, it's there, it's good to go. And I can always access it if needed. And then what I did was I took all the files from my hard drive and started uploading them onto Google Drive, right? So that way all the master folders are there, along with the archived master folder. And depending on the number of files that you have, again, it could take short or take long. For me, it ended up taking about 26 hours. I mean, it was quite a number of files that I had to upload and whatnot. But all in all, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And now everything's streamlined. So the beautiful part too is I have a copy on my hard drive. of these files as I do on the G drive. And as I said, like, for me, I don't want to work through the Google Drive app as an intermediary to sync up everything, because there are certain files that I specifically need that don't need to be in the Google Drive and whatnot. So it's a bit of a manual process. Like whenever I get a new asset, I like to organize it on my hard drive first, then upload it to Google Drive. So it's a little bit cumbersome, but again, there's just, for me, reasons why that makes more sense ultimately. But it is an option to sync or mirror or whatever you want just via Google Drive, and you can have those files be the same on your computer, and it'll match up to Google Drive if that's something that you're wanting. Anyway, I hope this has been beneficial. Just wanted to kind of provide this as a way that, I went about it. Ultimately, it depends on what's best for you, right? But this, in this case, was best for us. So, maybe that might work for you too.